What is going on, Halo Zoners? My name is EposVox, and you're watching some Halo Anniversary Free-For-All gameplay, playing with Chu, my girlfriend. Many of you all probably know who I am, and a smaller fraction know who Chu is. But there's probably a large chunk of you all who do not. I used to be a heavy Halo commentator, but nowadays I primarily do Let's Plays, co-op games with Chu, my girlfriend, things like that. A bit less away from Halo, but with Halo 4 coming out, we will be doing a lot more Halo videos, so if you're interested in any of the content we have, check us out. Otherwise, keep watching. Today I want to talk about, with Halo 4 coming around the corner, I want to talk about prioritization and schoolwork, because I know a lot of the subs to this channel are probably in school, be it grade school or university like myself, or something like that. And with a major game release like this coming around the corner, prioritization is very important. Now, you could be like how I used to be and just say, screw school, screw everything else, just play games, play some games, and have fun. And that's one way you could go about it, but things will suffer. Now, there are some people in the world who just have perfect balancing skills, and without even like consciously thinking about it, they can just balance school, work, play, life, things like that, without even like blinking or thinking about it at all. But we're not all like that, and I hope I can provide a couple tips for prioritizing, be it with your schoolwork, or you could adapt it for any aspect of life, to balance it with things like playing games, watching YouTube videos, etc. Now, when you're first going into college, or hearing about college, or maybe even, going into high school, when people give you tips on how to succeed in your first couple years or whatever at your school, things like that, the first thing they always tell you to do is to get your priorities straight. No one ever offers you any advice as to how to do that. What do you do? How do you go about that? And unfortunately, that's partially because the journey is unique for every individual. Everybody ends up coming about it their own separate ways. Admittedly, most people probably develop their own list of priorities by failing and then just having to recover and balance things from there. I was one of those people. Most people are probably going to end up doing that, but you want to set yourself a solid framework of priorities before you screw up too much, or else you're really going to be thrown off if you fail. Now, there are a couple ways you could go about this. One of the common ways of setting up a list of priorities is to brainstorm a list of all of your responsibilities, obligations, things you like to do, things like that, that take up your time in, like, say, any given week. So, be that school, extracurricular activities, specific hangouts with friends, random hangouts with friends, any me time you need, anything you need to do at home, girlfriend, boyfriend, YouTube, job, etc. And then get your list together and start organizing them in, like, how important they are to you. Now, you don't want to do this this isn't going to be, a homework assignment, so you don't want to do this in a way that is something where you think you're supposed to put something here. Like, if you're doing a priorities list for school, you're most likely to put school as at the top of your priorities because you think you should, because it's for a school assignment. This is for you. What is important to you? Because for a lot of people, especially at university, if they're working full-time and just going to school part-time, work comes first, school comes second. For full-time students, school is going to come before your job. Certain other things may come before your job as well, and so you have to kind of just gauge where your priorities are. So, like for me, overall in my life, I have university classes. I have a girlfriend. Got to spend time with her. Got to do things. I have an internship at a radio station I have to work in and devote time to. I have YouTube that I devote a lot of time to. I have me time that I need. Live streaming, which goes on with the YouTube, but still, I have to do a lot of things around the house. I'm still living with my parents at the moment, so I got to do a lot of housework, and every once in a while I make time to socialize. But you kind of get the picture. Things like that. And then, start prioritizing. Okay, well, school comes first. Got to make sure my grades stay up. Got to make sure I'm going where I need to go with school, or else, I'm going to be screwed for everything else in life. Then comes the girlfriend. Gotta make sure I spend time with her. Gotta make sure, you know, we develop our relationship and keep it going. Then, honestly for me, then comes YouTube. Gotta make sure, gotta devote a huge chunk of my time to YouTube. Gotta keep that maintained. I mean, I don't have to, but it's something I'm really devoted to, and therefore I wanna make sure a lot of my time is set towards. Then comes the internship. It's on weekends, and don't honestly have to put a lot of time towards it. And then comes housework, chores, me time, TV shows, things like that. And you want to keep this list somewhere handy. You want to keep this list somewhere you can access it. You can continue to reference it anytime you struggle with what you need to do. And then come back to it and decide, you know, if you're struggling, if you have a, like, huge busy-ass week, like I do right now, to be honest, where you just don't know how you're going to get everything done, just take a glance at your priorities list and remember that these are your priorities. So if you have a really important paper, but you also say have a couple videos you want to record, you want to go watch a movie with a friend, and you got a lot of chores to do, then you want to make sure first and foremost that that paper gets done. You want to make sure that, you know, your school doesn't suffer because you wanted to go watch Spider-Man with your friends or whatever the hell else has come out recently. And then, you know, just balance from there. I'm not a huge fan of setting like weekly schedules or time blocks or anything like that, just because I find it way too difficult to keep up with them because they're not very flexible. If you have to spend all your time changing a schedule, then it's not useful in my opinion. But just kind of reference it and adapt what you spend your time on based on that. And you should do quite well. Like I said, though, a lot of people get their priorities straight right after they fail, or they, you know, they fall on their face. So if you struggle a bit, do not freak out. Do not feel like it's the end of the world. You will figure things out and things will improve. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Like I said, my name is EposVox. You can find us over at youtube.com/EposVox or live at EposVox.com. Thank you for allowing me to post on Halo Zone. Thank you for your time and patience. And have a wonderful day. Share your priority tips and college tips with me in the comments below, and we can help each other out. See ya.